Hello friends and welcome to our channel, Serenity Catholic Media. In our bustling world, where the noise of our daily routines can be overwhelming, many of us find ourselves wrestling with an unexpected companion. Ironically, that companion would be loneliness. But what if I told you that within this solitude lies a profound opportunity? An opportunity to encounter something, or rather someone, beyond ourselves. Many of us confuse being alone with feeling lonely, but there's a difference. Being alone is a physical state where we are not in the company of others, whereas loneliness is an emotional state, a feeling of being disconnected even when others are around. It is in these moments of feeling lost and disconnected that we are called to seek a deeper connection, a connection with God. The Catholic tradition teaches us that loneliness isn't a void to be feared, but a space to be filled with faith. Saints throughout history have spoken of their deepest encounters with God during the most profound moments of solitude. Once again, I have to make reference to one of my favorite saints, Saint John of the Cross. He wrote about a very interesting concept. He talked about the dark night of the soul, a period of spiritual desolation that leads to a closer communion with God, an opportunity. Also, Saint Teresa of Avila found her most profound experiences with God's presence in her quietest moments. So, how do we transform our loneliness into an opportunity for spiritual growth? How do we call upon God's aid in these moments? First, we embrace silence. In the quiet, we can hear God's voice more clearly. Prayer becomes our conversation with God, where we share our deepest fears and desires. In these silent moments, prayer becomes our bridge to God. It is not merely a request for favors or candy, but a dialogue with the divine, an expression of our innermost thoughts and feelings. Prayer, in its essence, is communication with God. It's where the human heart converses with the eternal. The Catholic Church teaches us about four fundamental types of prayer. The first one is adoration. The second one, contrition. The third one, thanksgiving. And finally, supplication. Adoration is where we acknowledge God's greatness and our dependence on Him. It is in the quiet of our room, in front of the Blessed Sacrament, or in the stillness of nature that we can truly say, "You are God, and I am your child." Contrition, on the other hand, allows us to express our sorrow for our sins and failings. It's a powerful form of prayer that brings us closer to God as we recognize our need for His mercy and forgiveness. Also, thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is our way of acknowledging all the blessings in our lives, recognizing that every good gift comes from above. In moments of loneliness, counting our blessings can be a profound way to see God's hand in our lives. And finally, supplication, or petition, where we lay our needs before God. It's not about demanding, but humbly asking, trusting in His will for us. In our solitude, we can bring our deepest desires and fears to Him, knowing that He hears us. Prayer in all its forms becomes a sanctuary for the soul. It's in these conversations with God that we find the strength to navigate our loneliness, discovering not just His presence, but His profound love for us. In the face of loneliness, some may skeptically view prayer as speaking to an invisible man in the sky, a notion often repeated by atheists. However, this oversimplification misses the profound depth and lived experience of millions who find consolation and strength in prayer. The power of prayer isn't about the physical visibility of the one we're communicating with, but about the tangible impact it has on our lives. Scientific studies have shown that prayer can lead to greater peace of mind, reduced stress, and a sense of purpose and connection. Moreover, the efficacy of prayer is often witnessed in the collective strength it brings to communities facing adversity. It's in these moments that prayer transcends individual belief, uniting people in hope and action. But perhaps the most compelling evidence of the power of prayer lies in personal testimonies. Countless individuals around the world recount experiences of comfort, guidance, and even miracles that they attribute to their prayers. These are not merely coincidences, but signs of a loving God actively involved in our lives. So when we fold our hands in prayer, we're not reaching out to an invisible man, but engaging in a deep, transformative conversation with a God who loves us and cares for us. It is an act of faith that has the power to change our hearts, provide comfort in our loneliness, and guide us through life's challenges. So when you feel alone, remember that solitude can be the sacred space where you meet God most intimately. Through prayer, remember, adoration, contrition, thanksgiving, and supplication, you open your heart to the divine dialogue that transforms loneliness into a journey towards eternal companionship. We also seek connection. Through connection, this can be through joining a community group, participating in church activities, or simply being present for others in need. In serving others, we often find our own sense of being, our own sense of belonging. Loneliness can be a journey towards discovering not just ourselves, but discovering God in a way we never imagined possible. Remember, in moments of solitude, you're never truly alone. God is always there waiting for us to reach out and find Him in the silence. Friends, may you find comfort in your solitude, and may your prayers be the light that guides you back to connection, both divine and human. Remember, you are never truly alone. Friends, we always like to close our videos with the Serenity Prayer. So please join me. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. If this message has touched your heart, share it with others, someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Until next time.